Country-style ribs technically aren't ribs at all. Instead, they're slices of pork shoulder cut to resemble ribs. Therefore, they're much cheaper, easier to cook, and arguably more flavorful than normal pork ribs. First, I'm making a lemon marinade that will be perfect to cut the richness of the meat. Start by peeling a few large pieces of zest off one of the lemons, and then juice 2 entire lemons. To the juice, add 2 cloves of chopped garlic, 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of paprika. Pour the marinade over about 2 pounds of country-style ribs in a large baking dish. Flip them around so they're all coated. Then top with the lemon peels and cover with plastic wrap. Place them in the fridge to marinate for at least 4 hours, but ideally overnight. Halfway through the marinating process, flip them over to ensure even flavor distribution. Before you begin cooking, remove the ribs from the dish and pour the marinade through a strainer into a saucepan, which will be used to make a glaze later on. Line the ribs back in the baking dish and cover tightly with foil. Place them in the middle of a 300-degree oven for about 1 hour and 45 minutes. This is the same cut of meat used to make pulled pork and carnitas, so they have a good amount of fat which needs to be cooked low and slow to become tender. Carefully remove the foil after they're finished cooking. At this point, they should break apart easily when pulled with a pair of tongs, so we'll just need to finish with the sauce at the very end to get them sticky and golden. Remove the ribs from the baking dish and you can let them rest on the foil. Pour the cooking juices through the strainer into the saucepan with the marinade and put that on medium-low heat to let it begin reducing. And this would be a good time to make your desired side dish. I decided to roast 2 russet potatoes and 1 sweet potato at 425 degrees with olive oil and paprika in the same baking dish used to cook the ribs until fork tender. As the cooking liquid reduces, a layer of fat will rise to the top. Take a spoon and remove as much fat as you can, but you don't have to get it all. To thicken the glaze, combine 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with a few tablespoons of water, which is called the cornstarch slurry. Add this mixture a little bit at a time to the pan while whisking well. After about a minute, the glaze should start to thicken. I added about 3/4 of the slurry until the glaze was syrup-like and could easily coat a spoon. Now, generously brush the glaze onto each one of the ribs. After the potatoes were cooked, I conveniently placed the ribs on top, then I placed them back into the oven on a low broil for about 5 minutes or until the glaze becomes sticky and the ribs are slightly charred. These were extremely flavorful and tender and slightly tangy from the marinade. Serve with a little more lemon zest for color before enjoying.